Look at them bitches, bad crackhead.
Police are now investigating after the woman named Corshawnda and her son were viciously attacked near 106th and Bensley. That's just a couple blocks away from the elementary school. It happened yesterday shortly after dismissal. A group of kids approached them and started punching and kicking them. Corshawnda says her son has been bullied at Wright and claims the administration has not done enough to protect him. Here's what happened yesterday in her own words.
So I asked my kids to come to the next side of the street with me, so they wouldn't get jumped. So we kept walking. They followed us all the way there, and then they still fought us. They fought my son. They hit my son first, all in his face. Then they dragged me in the grass and pulled my little baby hair.
Beat by Apollo. Whoa. Whoa. Yeah.
You know, kids these days will have their parents knee deep in some shit. You know, it's sad because this lady was just basically trying to protect her kids. You have a bunch of hoodlums, a bunch of nappy head hoodlums come out of nowhere. And they didn't have no remorse, no kind of regard, no kind of respect. You know, back in my day, we had respect for our elders. It was yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, yes, sir, no, sir. You know, we didn't step out of line because back in my day, the other parents was able to check you. They was able to put hands on you for real and then take you to your mom and say, yeah, I whooped his ass or I whooped her ass. I seen her doing this. I seen her doing that. You were able to be corrected. These days, these kids can't be corrected. The parents are too busy being their kids' friends. They'll see little man out here or little Juan out here wilding out, right? And they think it's cute. They co-sign the stuff. They co-sign Lil Juan. They co-sign Lil Mimi out here popping and twerking and doing the splits or whatever. They will glorify that. You know what I'm saying? And these days, when a kid step out of line, say your kid getting bullied, right? And you, the parent, you go to the other parent and say, yeah, I'm coming to you because your child was doing this, your child was doing that. My son don't bother nobody. This has been an ongoing issue. Can you please address that? That parent to get mad at you for coming to their door to tell you about their kids. You would end up beefing with the other parent. And these kids would get their parents hurt. You know, the messed up part about all this, when they had the one little girl come up there and the parents or the parent, the guardian or whatever, who that was, had the girl answering questions and saying how much she apologized, and the little girl was smirking and hiding her face or whatever and fake crying. It was no accountability for real. It was no accountability. And then the one mother, she turned out to be, she turned the whole end of the video to some kind of gangster shit. Like she started popping some gangster shit. You know, they was all talking about, oh yeah, we're going to reach out to these kids. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. It's past that now. This stuff should have been addressed. Like I said, it starts at home. It takes me back to a story out of Cincinnati where it was a young guy, little kid was in school getting bullied. I mean, getting bullied every day. And I think he had to be about 11 years old. And he ended up unaliving himself because he couldn't take the bullying. And the mother had no clue that her own son was getting bullied like this. Had no clue. It was footage that came out from the school that showed him getting bullied in the bathroom and stuff like that. And this is why you should be more in tune with your kids. Asking questions, sitting them down, talking to them, reading the room, checking the temperature of the room. You have to read the room as a parent to know what the hell is going on with your kids.
Man, they done whooped this lady, man. The little shorties done whooped the lady, man. They bogus as hell. So now we finna go put belt to ass on it. I'm mad as hell. My homie supposed to came and grabbed me. I was supposed to go buy a paintball gun.
Now the good thing about this is that the mother said that she would be pressing charges on the parents. And that's what I'm trying to say. These kids would get their parents knee deep in some shit. You know what I'm saying? Now, you might have parents that's out here trying to work, trying to, get their life together. And because they couldn't handle their badass kids or their kid decided to be a follower, now they parents got to go through the whole process of going to court, going back and forth to court, trying to fight a case now because they kids couldn't keep their shit in line. You know, as a child, when you hit the age about 8 or 9 years old, something is in you to say, yeah, I'm gonna do better, I'm gonna do right. You have a choice to do right and to do wrong. You have a choice to do right and to do wrong. And most of the time, a lot of us as children could be peer pressured, but something in you says, no, I gotta do the right thing. I gotta do the right thing. Something about this don't feel right. I gotta do the right thing. Even today, everybody is in these cell phones. Everybody's trying to record. Everybody trying to go viral. Everybody trying to be something. Everybody trying to get glorification from the wrong shit. Everybody is focused on, these kids be focused on the wrong shit. They be focused on the wrong shit, not the right shit, the wrong shit. Priorities be all over the place. Priorities be not about homework, not about keeping their grades up, trying to get a scholarship, not trying to eventually grow up and get a job. But a lot of kids want to do things the fast way. They try to get things on a fast track. You know what I'm saying? It's the wrong influences. We have to watch who we allow around our kids. We got to watch what our kids watch. We got to pay attention to what they listening to. Because if you don't, you can lose your kid in the shuffle. You're going to lose your kid to a system that don't give a damn. But I can say Chicago really stepped up. They had the one rapper, Lil Zay Osama. He stepped up and he offered to take the kids and the mother, fly them out to LA, the father, fly them out to LA to do some Christmas shopping, take them out for dinner, just to show them a good time. And that's what it's all about. I really commend the community of Chicago for coming together, getting that family moved into a safe place, and just stepping in when somebody was in need. And that's what it's all about, man. You know, I believe that Christ himself will be very proud of how that community came together to protect that mother and those kids, man. You know, she already going through enough with sickle cell anemia, being pregnant. I just found out she was pregnant. Then she was just in the hospital and had a near-death experience to where she had passed away twice. She had died twice and had prayed that God would allow her another opportunity to be here with her kids. And that's something, man. You never know what the next person is going through. That's why it's important to be kind and to treat people accordingly, because you never know who you entertaining. You could be entertaining an angel. That's why I never look down on a homeless person or look down on somebody that may appear to be less fortunate, because you never know what that person can bring to the table. You never know what that person going through. You know what I'm saying? So it's important to entertain everybody the way that you want to be entertained. And it's important to entertain people with decency and honor. You know what I'm saying? Don't look down on the next person, because that could be the very person that you will eventually need 2 or 3 years down the line. That could be the very person that will save your life. So in closing, I would say just make sure you maintain that open line of communication with your kids. Make sure that you maintain an open line of communication with the schools. You understand? And if something ain't going to like it's supposed to go, you get wind of your kid getting bullied, you got to take it to the next step, the next step, the next step. If you're not getting the results that you need, you go above their head. If they're not giving you the results you need, you go above their head. You know, we got to make sure we're protecting these youth. You understand? We have to make sure we are teaching them how to love on one another. This is your boy Deonte Lamar with Deonte Lamar TV. Let me know what y'all think about the video. Drop a like. Make sure you comment and subscribe. Peace.
Shout out to all my day ones that tuned into the video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Donations can be made to the Cash App. God bless.
Hey.